Hi guys, welcome to Grumpy Grognard Gaming, and this is C.H.E.B.S, and I am here with Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hello.
Hello. And for those of you who don't know, C.H.E.B.S is a couple of tits chatting hobby, endless bollocks, and stuff. There we go. So, what we do is we normally just chat about what's going on with news-wise, in the greater hobby, Games Workshop, and what we've been doing, and then we normally discuss some load of bollocks. But we've not done one of our retrospectives for a little while, so we're going to have a look at that instead. And we were going to do the Astronomicon on its own, which is a supplement book from first edition. However, after looking at it, there's not that much variety or anything in there, is there? It's like half the books, some Space Wolf campaign. So it's like, okay, we're going to throw the battle manual in there as well, because we want to get to second edition, and I'm sure that Matt wants to get beyond that to, fourth, fifth, that kind of stuff. So as we continue our march from what Warhammer used to be to what Warhammer is now, we'll go through these supplements and stuff as much as we're able. So hopefully you enjoy that. But first of all, we're going to have a quick look at the news. But before that, Matt, have you been doing any hobby or anything recently?
Our Blitz Bowls finally turned up from good old West
America,
Virginia in the States. So that was cool.
Did they smell of freedom?
No, but they were red and blue.
True.
With probably some white on it.
Yeah, red and blue, yeah.
But then a lot of Americans seem to overlook the fact that our flag is red, white and blue as well, and it was first.
That's where they got the idea from. They were like, we'll just straighten out all of these stripes. We've got the kind of the cross stripes. We're closer to like an 8-sided Star of Chaos. And they were like, basically, we'll straighten that all out, and then we'll move the blue up and put some stars on it, and they'll never know. They'll never know. So okay, yes, you got Blitz Bowl. I got Blitz Bowl a while back, so I really enjoyed it. But this has got the new up-to-date teams in it, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. It is dwarves versus orcs, not black orcs, normal orcs.
The classic showdown. I think the one I got was humans versus Skaven.
Yeah, that's what the first.
Second, I think, or
so
the ultimate edition of this. I give up. They release so many of these things, and they don't give any of them to Britain. It's
I think they've
not worthy.
Four of them? They did what? Blitzbold, and they did like an ultimate edition, and then I think they did a second edition.
Yeah, which is the one I think I got. And then after that, I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I got the latest one.
So
that was
it's all good. It's a fun game. It just speeds up Blood Bowl an awful lot, but I just think GW are missing out on something by not releasing it here, if I'm being honest. I don't know if it's licensing or whatever. But then I didn't watch the Super Bowl because I don't actually like American football very much. I just don't understand it. So
I actually like American football. It's really not that hard. You got the pitch is divided up into like 10-yard lines to 100. Mm-hmm. One team starts with the ball. Yep. They've got 4 attempts called down to get that ball into the opponent's touchdown. Yeah. And that's it. And if they get dropped 4 times, then they switch, and then the other guys
keeps stopping
get the
for adverts, Matt. I stayed up once to watch the fucking Super Bowl trailer. I think for The Force Awakens. Yep. I was hopeful back then, and I was stupid. And every 5 minutes they'd be fucking stopping for an advert, and they were like, "Okay, there's 10 minutes. There's 10 minutes left of the first half or quarter or whatever the fuck you want to call it." And that 10 minutes took about 80 minutes to play because they were stopping for fucking adverts every 5 seconds. It's like, we've moved the ball 5 feet. What? Stop. Advert. What? Fuck's sake.
Dad was a big fan of American football, so some of that rubbed off on me. Yeah. But I'll watch it every now and again, but it's not something I'd stay up to watch.
So you didn't watch the Super Bowl? You didn't watch the Eagles destroy the Chiefs, I think was what happened. I don't know. I don't know who any of these people are. I didn't think they were allowed to be called the Chiefs anymore. I thought that was problematic or something. I don't know.
I'm quite surprised that the band the Eagles didn't have a word of that team either. That name's trademarked.
Not sure you can trademark the Eagles. I don't think you might be able to. So I can imagine GW trying to trademark the ones from Lord of the Rings. Like, no, nobody else can have Eagles. Just GW. But talking about GW, we haven't talked about what they've been up to for a little while, so we'll cover a couple of little bits. First of all, we got some cool stuff on the Thursday.
Did we?
Which was the Mechanicum tanks.
Initially, I was like, oh, for Epic, finally, because we've got rules for these tanks in Epic, but no fucking models. But no, Games Workshop just released the Automator separately, and I was like, why have you done this? We've already got models for these in the Mechanicum box.
See, I'm the other way round. I'm basically like, I want to see the Automata that Legion Imperialis has got in 28 mil. I want the Vorax and the Artax.
I do as well, but I'm kind of like, we have those in resin for people with too much money. We don't have the epic ones at all.
I'm sure they'll come in time.
But, I'm very pleased that they put a third weapon option onto the Krios.
Yes,
like the little assault gun tank.
Which one's the third one then?
It's the bottom one, the giant IRAD cleanser looking thing.
Oh, the French tickler, as I called it.
Maybe. I think that's a Blackadder reference.
Yes. So yeah, I thought they were really nice, man. I'm really looking forward to this box. If I'm able to get hold of it.
I'm kind of sad because I'm like I've got the Krios like support tank in resin, and I've got the the Thanatar, like the las cannon Thanatar in resin as well. I'm kind of like, I don't want to buy a big box just for a tank.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, I'm going to get it because obviously I don't have any of them. I don't know if I need a second Thanatar, but I don't care. Worst case scenario, I'll shift it on for 50 quid. But I'm looking forward to this. It's been too long that we've just had sort of like, here's another console, here's another console, here's another console. I'm just like,
30k lieutenants.
Exactly, yeah, the lieutenant of the 30k universe. So no, I'm massively looking forward to these. I thought they looked really, really cool, and once they get us those automata. I think we'll be in good shape, and they can start looking at another faction. And obviously, we need the Myrmidons and stuff like that as well. But,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very welcome. And with Heresy getting a new edition at some point this year, I would say probably around about May, June. Yeah, hopefully there's a lot more to come from them. The High Elves are out this week, or got for pre-order this week. So you've got a pretty tasty little battalion if you want that slice of old world fun.
Yeah, Sunday, innit? Who was saying in our group that they were looking forward to those? Was it you?
Might have been me.
It might have been Neil. I think it was probably Farmer Neil, and it was.
Yeah, I think Neil's pretty big into the pointy ears.
Yeah, he's flouncy enough.
Yeah. I mean, they're nice models. Like I said, when we did our preview thing, these High Elves got their update late on. Like they were all updated for Island of Blood around about 8th edition. I think it was the last one. So a lot of these models were done around about then. So there's some that were older, which oddly enough are the ones that are in the battalion. These are the older models, if from what I remember correctly, like the Archers and the Bowmen. But the Illyrian Reavers, the Swordmasters of Hoeth, and the White Lions of Thrace all got updated towards the end of edition, and you can tell by looking at the models that they're a lot different. So this is probably the most recent of the Warhammer armies to be released.
Yeah, forgive me for a moment. I never actually played Fantasy, so I'm very unfamiliar with most of these. White Lions didn't actually get white lions, did they?
Yes, their chariots had white lions pulling them. But they weren't like Space Wolves, they weren't riding lions and shit, no.
I could see, because my only experience with these guys was with them as a class in the old Warhammer Age of Reckoning MMO, which was great. And they actually got a white lion pet. So when I saw these, I was like, no lions.
No, can confirm, if you look at my screen right now, just there, these lions are pulling that chariot. But yeah, they didn't get any lions. I think what the law was, I think that they had to kill a lion. So they've all got like lion pelts on.
Not sure that would really pass too much these days.
I'm sure Peter wouldn't be too happy about it. But, tough. So yeah, I think that's the idea, that they need to kill a lion to claim their great big bloody axes or whatever. But yeah, I always never mind High Elves. I just always prefer Dark Elves. But the High Elves got updated better, and the Dark Elves I don't think are in this edition of Old World. So these are something that I could see myself potentially picking up, because they got the later update. It's not like some of the other stuff out there where you look at it and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
And a Merworm.
And the Merworm's returned, yeah. Trish Carden's
She does good stuff.
Merworm. I don't know what it's just a merworm. It looks like a very, very angry scaled guinea pig with a long tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's awesome. They did that, and they did the. It was on that Turkum Wajamajigger book, wasn't it?
Don't you speak to me about guinea pigs? Your little turd flipping sods.
It was hilarious.
Shit into my drink glass.
That's what you get for putting it on the floor.
Jeez, I didn't realise it was within shitting range. Luckily, it was empty.
It was.
Like
No, you're fortunate.
I bent down to pick it up to give to you to get another drink, and there was just like a little fucking brown bean in the bottom of it. I was like, what the fuck? How is there a shit in my drinking glass?
Projectile pooping from the furry potatoes.
Yeah, they make a lot of noise, potatoes. But you know you're fucking old when you see Games Workshop go, oh, Warhammer 40,000 made to order terrain, and then you realise that you've not actually seen it on the shelves for ages, and you're so old that it's come back.
Yes,
and you're
like, exactly.
Oh,
it's like there's no way that's that. Oh, it is.
This is like 6th edition terrain.
Yeah, that's mad.
Got 4 editions out.
And then there were some frogs, if you're into frogs, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that interesting.
By the way, how am I doing for background noise now?
Very good. What have you turned off?
Good.
That sorted it.
Oh, yeah. I've regulated the fan speed on my PC. I was like, shush now.
Excellent. We shouldn't be asking too much of it until after C.H.E.B.S when we play some games, so that's fine.
Yep.
And then we've got some nice codexes, which will be out of date 2 days after they're released, but, you know.
Maybe before they're released.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. But they are nice. They're a return back to the coins.
The old 6th
thing that they used to do.
I proper like these. I'm kind of like, this looks fucking awesome. If it was a Demons Codex, I would snap it up, even though I don't play 10th. I'm like, that'd be amazing. But it's not. It's Emperor's Children, and I have no business having it. So
well, there's no demons anymore, is there? That's the problem. So
don't even speak of it,
because there's no demon codex. Are going to get folded into this. So you get, your Emperor's Children, your Thousand Sons, your Word Eaters, and the Nurgle boys. Definitely. I mean, I think they're nice. I can see like at least one of them getting scalped, so that people have got to pay the over the odds price to complete the coin, whatever the hell. But given that they're going to be 70 odd quid each.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in spending. Don't get me wrong, they are nice, and I like seeing these things come back for people who want them. And
actually,
it's not just
they're going to be close to 100, I reckon, because some of the older sets from 6th edition with the coins were pushing 60 and 70 quid back then.
Okay. I mean, I just kind of doubled the price of a codex at the moment. You're probably right, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's got the 6 objective marker coins. It's got the cards, unit cards.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Cards, yeah, no, you're right. They probably are going to be like 100 odd quid.
And a fancy little metal pizza slice.
Yeah.
It's fucking nice, though.
It's really cool. They're obviously they're double-sided as well, which I only just realised. It's quite cool. Look, you've got one side with the Emperor's Children logo, and the other side's got the Slaneshi symbol.
Oh, yeah, a double-ended Slaneshi thing.
Sure, that'll end well. So, it's nice, though, for people who do want it and don't...
Oh, yeah, it's proper nice. It's a good return to when stuff actually had a decent collector's edition and not just a different cover.
Not just a different cover with a slightly golden sort of edge to the paper. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's the most interesting thing I've seen out of GW recently. So, there you go.
Yeah. Sad it's the Demons. Happy that people are getting it, though.
Yeah. As I say, that's the news. I don't think much else was going on. I played some Battlefleet Gothic at the weekend with Carl. That was fucking
you did, didn't you?
Awesome. I am going to do a separate video about that, though, because it reminded me of what a classic game Battlefleet Gothic is. Like, Andy Chambers did such a good job on that game. And it was
still never played it.
Instant fun all over again. You've never played Battlefleet Gothic?
No, I think it came out during my break.
Damn.
And I didn't do any of the specialist game stuff because I was too busy trying to discover women or had already discovered metal and nightclubs.
Like Columbus, sailing up to them and just pillaging and conquering them.
Well, I would love to say but in reality, no, not so much. It was just
like Columbus if he awkwardly and shyly approached the ladies.
Yeah, I was too nice to everyone. That was my problem. I got friend zoned everywhere.
Oh God, yeah. I remember those days. So yeah, that's the news all done. I've not had a chance to do any hobby yet, but I do need to touch on my sisters, as I said in the video. So I will be getting that done. So
Sisters of Sigmar.
Sisters of Sigmar, yeah,
Services.
dirty bastards, you know what I mean. The Astronomicon was just another, it's a 1988 compilation, I suppose, or compendium. This was how the edition unfolded. You had the basic Rogue Trader, and then they added it, with this kind of thing. But with this particular book, we kind of noticed that it was like the first half of it was just all Space Wolves, basically.
Just one big campaign.
Yeah, exactly. So let's have a look. Oh, bloody Edge has decided to work now. Right, fine. All right, we'll stick with your Edge. Fine.
You can see how old it was. Access restricted for GM only.
Yeah. Rogue Trader was effectively, you needed a GM, man. You needed
it was a sci-fi skirmish RPG.
Yep, exactly. And it had a lot of RPG DNA in it, and lots of tables and stuff, because they did love their tables. I like this piece of artwork. Actually, it's got a lot of scale in it. You see these teeny little Space Marines up here. This slightly strange looking chap down the bottom. Yeah, pretty cool.
To be fair, the Space Wolves all look a bit strange.
Well, there is that, isn't there? I mean, just the angle on his arm there looks a little bit odd, if I'm being completely honest with you, but I don't want to besmirch somebody's artwork.
They called it the
much.
Book of the Astronomicon when it's like 1/3 Space Wolves.
Yeah, it's
probably that.
Very, very odd. Not the furries manual to playing games or anything like that. Although, to be fair, this is before all of that nonsense. This is back when Space Wolves were Space Marines and not just wolf riding Viking things. Yeah, you got a nice little diorama here. I think it might have been a Mike McVeigh piece, if not probably something like Dave Andrews. Ultramarines against Orcs. I'm like, yay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. Very nice.
Nice old school Contemptor.
Yeah.
Busted out at the bottom with a grumpy face.
Yeah, back when it was just like that kind of putting slogans everywhere and smiley and angry faces over everything as well. So, there is Mr. Priestley himself.
Straight from a motorcycle sidecar.
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah. So, yeah, basically you've got the Wolf Time takes up, as you said, like literally a third of the book. And then it's a load of army lists and then a little bit of hobby, and that is it. So we're going to whiz through this pretty quickly because we want to try and get the manual in as well.
On your screen, it's still looking at the front cover.
Oh, you are kidding me. Well, it's okay on OBS, so I'm guessing it's just frozen.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to share it anymore. I've got it open in front of me. So.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck it's doing, but it's okay on OBS, so our viewers can see it, and that's the main thing, because you've got a copy there, so you can go through it.
Yep.
So I'm only on the contents page. I wanted to see if Darren Matthews was on it, but I think he must have left by then, because he's not listed.
1988? No, he was after that.
But he was in the last book we looked at, and he's not in this one that I can see.
He might have just not been involved in any of your painting.
Yeah, maybe. But
there's not actually a great deal of miniatures in there, is there? It's all
true. As I say, the main thing is you get this Wolf Time, which is a great big campaign. Again, designed to be played with a GM. If your group is very large, you may wish to have two or more GMs. And yeah, it's basically a 4-battle campaign, similar to what they used to do like later when they came to second edition and stuff as well. But this may have been the first one of this kind of size. And it's basically Space Wolves versus Orcs. It does literally just say, Space Wolves versus Orcs. I mean, I don't know if back then you could use different stuff. It just says Marine Commander and stuff, so maybe you don't have to use Space Wolves. But then we've got some rather delightful artwork here. Commander Enoch looking slightly rabid.
Yeah. His favourite bolt pistol.
Yeah.
And then Commander Storm looking a little bit Gav Thorpe.
Yes, actually, a very good point. Yeah, absolutely.
I was sure Gav Thorpe was there at this point, was he?
No, this is before Gav Thorpe, I think. He turned up for second edition.
A premonition.
So yeah, you've got GM briefing for the Space Wolves. I can't see anything there that says it has to be Space Wolves, so I presume you could switch them in for another army if you wanted to, but you've got the personalities and stuff here.
Yeah. I mean, back then, Marines didn't have any chapter-specific stuff, really, did they?
No, there was no rules from what I remember for the individual. They were just different coats of paint, and they had different characters, and the characters was where you put all the individuality into it.
Yes.
Because you were making your heroes. So, there we go. Last words of Commander Lehman Russ. Got downgraded. Founder of the Space Wolves. Primarchs did not really exist yet. The Wolf Time. At the end, I will be there for the final battle, or beforehand if GW's got anything to do about it. Apparently, they've already changed the law on the Ynnari, and they're not that big a thing now. They're like a tiny little sub-faction rather than the actual awakening of the Eldar god.
Of the whole god. And it's couldn't be bothered. They were like, we don't know where to take this.
I think that was literally it, mate. Like, we have no idea what the fuck to do with this, and we don't really do Xenos. We only do Chaos and Imperial. So yeah, fuck it. So that's a bit of a shame. Sorry,
third world Xenos players.
Exactly, yeah. And I've got a video coming up about that because the new expansion, the new campaign book is literally just Imperials versus Chaos and nothing else. It's just like you're fucking off 3/4 of your player base, quite literally, So anyway, then you've got the Orcs briefing and it goes through it all. Orc governor. That sounds very, very, very organised for an Orc, doesn't it?
It's your governor.
Yeah, governor. Some cool artwork. Again, you could look at this and you wouldn't think that's tiny who. How you would look at this and you would think like that's not particularly 40k. That could be out of anything. Do you know what I mean? It's not got that identity yet. It's a bit 2000 AD, a bit this, a bit that.
Orc technician group.
That Temple Mountain. So you've got the maps and everything. So yeah, as I say, it was 4 missions all like mixed up together to make a campaign. They put all the maps in, and this is just back in the very, very early days when you would just do it all yourself, and you wouldn't have been able to buy any of the scenery. It'd be like just make it yourself. Hut 2, Hut 1, make it yourself. And, they didn't sell that stuff.
That was the times, wasn't it?
Sorry.
That was the times, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That was it. It's just, it was all about the creativity. These were still just at the end of the day just guides and suggestions to playing their game.
You can tell how much they leaned on the creativity of players. You need a GM.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
The embodiment of creativity to make a game work.
It's like, this isn't really our responsibility. We're just going to sort of give you a little shove out of a door, as Gandalf would say.
Yeah. So, quick question. When did the Testament song Into the Pit come out? That was the 90s, wasn't
it? Very late 80s, early 90s, yeah.
Scenario 2, Into the Pit.
Oh, is it really? I didn't notice. Cool. I mean, to be fair, it wouldn't be the first, wouldn't be the last metal mention, metal reference in that.
Not.
But you know what? I am going to quickly actually.
It was 1988.
It was 88.
Yeah, excellent. From the New Order album.
Awesome. They were so good when we saw them live the other month. Fucking amazing. Nice. All 3 bands were great. Testament, Creator, and Anthrax.
Oh, old school, nice.
Yeah, it was a load of old school thrash playing in Manchester. It was an amazing night. Really, really
I'll
good.
Forever be sad that Anthrax weren't able to keep their hands on John Bush.
That's no, he went off and did.
Their old singer was actually John Bush, and he was really, really good.
Metal Saint. No.
Oh, was it Armored Saint? Yeah.
Armored Saint. Armored Saint. That's it. Yeah, I saw him with Armored Saint at Graspop. I don't think I've ever seen him with Anthrax. But yeah, I kind of, although it sounds like sacrilege, I kind of preferred John Bush because Joey Belladonna's got a very kind of, he adds a very punkish edge to Anthrax. And although thrash is a mix of, punk and metal, I prefer my thrash more metally than punky, if that makes sense.
Perfect sense.
Which is why Anthrax have always been one of my least favourite thrash bands, although they were very, very good that night. I'd rather listen to Exodus, Slayer, even fucking early Metallica, than Anthrax and Testament and stuff like that. But no, they were great live. So yeah, this has got like sentries and stuff in it. So you're infiltrating Captain Greylock, Captain Inferno. Oh my God, look, Durlan Ocelati is doing a fucking dab. 40 years, like 30 years before it was invented. The fuck is going on there? Magnificent. And then, yeah, some orcs and stuff. So, yeah, it was just all the bits you might need to run your own campaign. Honestly, I mean, I would have thought they should have put this like in just a separate book rather than take up like a massive chunk of the compendium with it. But that's what they chose to do.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, it's like the compendium's like 112 pages.
Yeah, and 44
pages of it is Space Wolves
versus Orcs. Doc Spleen Ripper. Some more tables and stuff.
I heard that before.
Sorry?
They reused that somewhere. I've heard that before.
For sure. Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. But yeah, it's all cool stuff. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. Someone, at the end of the day, someone put a load of effort into making this campaign. And when I used to make campaigns, I used to do something very similar. In second, I used to put campaigns together, and Lee used to do the same thing. We used to play those campaigns. So
Chaos Cult is dedicated to Khorne.
Yeah, it's a cool little look at, you know, what was going on. There doesn't seem to be anything particularly revolutionary going on here, but yeah.
Blood Bowl character, Max Spleen Ripper.
Ah, okay.
I think that's where I heard it, because I was looking up star players and stuff today, and I was like, I must have just glanced over it.
Okay. Yeah, the new one's got extra cards with it, hasn't it?
Yep, it's got cards for all the teams.
Can you do me a favour, take some mobile phone photos of those and send them over to me, and I'll print them off.
I think I already did and chucked them in the chat because they were on Board Game Geek. But I'll have another gander.
Okay, cool.
I'll sort that out.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, you just got yeah. That's it. I mean, it's just that's a cool piece of artwork.
Which one?
Page 41. Ultramarines versus Orcs. Almost looks like a page from a colouring book, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Quite pretty on colouring.
Yeah, I'm half tempted, mate. Stick it on my fridge. That's cool, man. Russ Nicholson. I haven't seen him do stuff before. That's nice. I like that a lot. Yep. Very nice.
Good old stripy line beakies.
Yeah, exactly.
And a Land Raider.
Yeah. Yeah. The old Mark 1 Land Raider. No land speeders though. No zoomy zoom land speeders anymore. That was it.
No, I think that's an assault marine at the top, maybe right at the top.
I don't know. No, it looks like he's got a normal backpack. They have assault marines back there.
He's flying through the air.
He is, but you know, it's just maybe she's falling with style. I don't know.
Yeah, he might.
The guy to the right of the banner's definitely not having a good day.
No, he's really not.
There's something very, very chaosy about these orcs. Look at the armour and everything. You see it?
Yeah. Okay, didn't Chaos Orcs used to be a thing? Were they red, or am I imagining it?
I think you're imagining it, but it wouldn't surprise me if you're not.
Slightly cornate orcs.
Maybe. Yeah, that's cool, man. I like that. And you got some squats.
Yeah, actual squats.
Yeah, it's all nice. I always like these colour pieces they did.
I think that ahead of their time, that might actually be a squat of potentially mixed race.
I don't know. I would imagine as dwarves they would have a certain swarthy look.
Yeah, true.
So I think it's likely to be more that. But no, you could be right. I mean, let's face it, the aliens from another bloody planet, so you know it doesn't really matter too much. Yeah. But and then you've got the Eldar, looking very, very old school Eldar.
The fattest shuriken catapult I ever did see.
It's like this is the shuriken catapult XL.
The monkey are coming. Fetch me the swole catapult.
Yeah. But a lot of the other stuff, you know, is you can see it. You can see it all coming in slowly. You've got Uriel, you've got Yanden, Ulfwe. This is all going to change, obviously, but you can see it all slowly coming in. Ultimate Force competition. Win £25 of Games Workshop vouchers, Matt. To be fair, £25 would get you an army back in the day. So you know.
When we go over the prices in a little bit, that will come into perspective.
It's staggering, isn't it? It is absolutely mental.
In 1988, £25 could take you quite a way.
Yeah.
Even in general, not just a Games Workshop.
So then it's just like a load of army lists, basically. And this is more or less like what the rest of the book is. But again, loads more nice coloured, panels. I really like these. They're all really cool. I like seeing the early stages, and you can see here there's none of the clans here at the moment. They hadn't been thought of. No Goths, no Red Suns, no Evil Moons, so Bad Moons.
No evil. Bad Roads, Evil Sons. No.
Evil Sons, that's the one. No, Death Skulls. None of it's here. Not yet.
No, they look more like biker symbols. There's like a bat-winged skull.
Yeah.
Skull with like flames around it. A bone A.
I mean, that banner there ended up being for the Skaven, I think, or the Undead, I think.
I think so, yeah. And that bottom one where it says Recon Unit is blatantly an Aquila.
Yes, yeah, it is actually, isn't it? Yeah. Good spot.
Black Aquila with white heads. It's like, well, for a Recon unit, how far forward do you want them to go? Are they actually joining the Marines?
Yeah.
Like, what?
An Orc Recon idea is just frankly scary, isn't it?
Yeah. In a modern day, they'd just be purple because they're sneakier. And it'd just work because they believe it too.
So, yeah, Rogue Trader. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a very sus looking Rogue Trader.
Joff Zuckerman. Interesting. Yeah. But it's cool, man. There's something so 80s about it all. Obviously, because it is in the 80s, but you know, it's just got that.
Literally, yeah.
It's got that look.
It has
Straight out
of a schoolboy's notepad.
An errata. Revised point values.
Revised point values. Dreadnoughts and vehicles.
Disgusting. Your copy of Rogue Trader only lasted 2 years before it was out of date.
Yeah, but this is the tiniest revised point values I ever seen.
Yeah, it is. It's just like, tiny little nudge. So here we go. Yeah. Was it 20 Space Marines? 30 Space Marines, I think.
Yeah, it's the old RT01
one, isn't
box,
it? 30 Space Marines. 30 Space Marines for a tenner, man. How much does 30 Space Marines cost you nowadays?
Oh, fuck no. It's 45 quid, maybe?
There's about 100 quid for 30 Space Marines. And I suppose, to be fair, if you was going by the heresy, you could probably get it down to like 60.
Yeah, better models as well.
Yeah, which would be a better point of comparison. But yeah,
Dark Angels, Flesh Eaters, Flesh Terrors, Space Wolves, White Scars, Ultramarines.
Yeah.
It's all there, all in their crimson.
Definitely got a bit
glory.
fleshy, didn't they? It was like. Also, the Flesh Terrors logo was a bit.
Yeah.
It's not very scary. But yeah, 75 pence per metal Space Marine.
It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, on the next page, all the metal Marines, 75p each. RT01, £2.50 for 3 Marines.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's the next page that got me. 2 jet bike Marines for £2.50. A dreadnought, a fucking metal Contemptor dreadnought, £3.50 each.
Jesus.
Man, I mean, to be fair, even looking at them right now, I know that they're just like a pair of legs, the central kind of figure of 8 potato bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Then the shoulder kind of arm bits were separate, and then the arms went on. So it weren't a lot of bits, but mate, it's £3.50. Those were the days.
And the thing I loved about it is you could always get individual bits back then as well. And even going through second edition, you were able to get individual metal bits.
Yeah. You just write off to the mail order or phone them and ask.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, send a check in the mail.
Yeah. Send a postal order.
Yeah, a postal order, jeez. Blood Drinkers, Silver Skulls, Crimson Fists,
So these
Blood
are
Angels.
17 metal orcs for a tenner.
Rainbow Warriors. I'm still going to have for the old chapters. They're all there. Imperial Banner, looking a little bit sus, I must say. Inquisitor's Banner. Yeah, Orcs. Space Orc Raiders.
Yeah.
Sounds like a packet of crisps.
Yes, it does, yeah.
Space Raiders.
Pickled onion flavour.
This is definitely going to be squig flavour. Squig flavoured Orcs.
Not even sure if squigs were a thing yet, mate, to be honest.
I haven't seen any, so I doubt it.
Bolg?
Yeah, I was just looking at the Space Orc command group, and I was like, oh no, wait, he's got some squigs on a pole, and I was like, oh no, they're beaky helmets.
Yeah, no, they're beaky helmets. You know, I would kind of love somebody to do these, keep this style, but just update the how can I say it? The fidelity. The fidelity.
Yeah.
But keep this look. That'd be great, because I really don't like the way the orcs look at the moment. I really don't.
Oh, mate. There's more orcs. £2.50 for 4. I'm assuming they're metal ones again.
Yeah, they're metal, yeah.
Damn.
And also brown bases back then.
Yeah. Brown.
They hadn't gone to the
brown
Goblin Green.
Rim. A brown rim.
I thought the brown base was only something that GW picked up a lot later. I didn't realise they were doing it all the way
I think
back
they started
then.
off that way.
Yeah.
I think they went to Goblin Green to blend it into the tables more.
So this guy's a musician. That they actually had a musician battering away on some beaky helmets. And again, the standard there of the beaky helmets.
Yeah. Space Walker Command Group.
I'm going to be learning 3D sculpting. You know, I might actually maybe pick a few models and try and update them.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. The Space Hawk Battle Buggy.
Oh my god.
£3.95.
£3.95. I mean, to be fair, it'd be fucking tiny, but that's not the point.
It would, yeah. It would. It'd be like a Matchbox car these days. Yeah, there's the Orc Dreadnought.
Oh, that's just
£2.50.
ridiculous at that price. And it looks like it's modular, so you can build up.
Yeah.
Bits on top of it.
They were in the rules as well. They were highly customizable. I think all dreadnoughts were. You literally build your own.
So you pay $3.50 for your basic dreadnought, and then you make it a mega dreadnought for an extra £2.50.
£2.50, which is fair enough because it's almost twice the size.
The Iron Stompers of the Charadonian Empire. Interesting. And this is back when they contain lead. This product contains lead, which may be harmful if chewed or swallowed.
Damn.
Silver miniatures are not recommended for children under 12 years of age.
Under 12 years of age.
Like I say, when I used to work in GW in retail, if they're under 12 years old, we used to tell parents, no, bring them back when they're 12. You know. Nowadays it's just like, they're 7. Oh, they'll be fine. Yeah, 6, 7 years old.
Oh, they're 12. Yeah, 10th edition's aimed at them. Bring them into the shop.
We want to get them young. So here's a load of guys. That guy reminds me of the costume that Q wore in Star Trek Next Generation, which, considering that was 1987, could actually be the case.
What are we looking at?
Number 3 on the Mercenaries page 55.
Oh, the one with the dish on his head.
Yeah. Abaddon, interesting. Number 8.
Yeah, hold on a moment.
Mad Morris, Sarge Rockard.
You know what? Some of these guys actually look really similar to some of the troopers from Rogue Trooper from 2000 AD.
Indeed. Did you know there's a film coming out that this year?
Really nice.
Yep, directed by Duncan Jones. When we were covering Moon, I was looking into what Duncan Jones is doing next. He did do Warcraft.
I will forever be gutted that Warcraft never got a director's cut, because I don't know what they were thinking, but they filmed so much they literally cut 3/4 of an hour out of that film for the theatrical release. And it's only because I've read the novels, because I played the Warcraft games before World of Warcraft came out, that my brain filled in the gaps as to what was happening with all the bits that they glossed over. So to me, the film made sense, and I was like, "Oh, am I going to get another one?"
It did really well in China. It did really well in China.
But I say, the rest of the world, apart from China, were like, "No, what the hell is this? It makes no sense."
And that derailed his career quite a bit, actually. But yeah, no, he's doing Road Trooper. It's coming out this year, so I'm looking forward to that.
Nice, very much so. Didn't know that. Chainsaw Warrior, how old?
Yeah, man. Wasn't there a game called Chainsaw Warrior?
Yeah, exactly. They're probably for it.
But that was a board game, wasn't it? It wasn't a miniatures game.
I think so, yeah.
Don't know.
And interestingly, we've got space dwarfs.
Yes.
Not squats.
Not squats.
Space dwarfs. Although they are squats, though.
They certainly look like it, don't they? £2.50 for 5 because they're smaller. You hear that, GW?
Yeah.
You get more because they're smaller, not like fucking Votan.
Yeah.
Enfield Chambers, named after a certain Andy.
The same size as these. Yeah.
Lewis Gunn.
Lewis Gunn. I see what they did there. That's from the First World War.
Maxim Bang.
Look at that Gunner Cole.
I'm sure that's a porn star name.
Unlucky Cole. There's a Gunner Cole squat here.
Smoothbore Sten. That's definitely a porn name.
Yeah. Also World War II. So yeah. Look at that. Look at that one heavy weapon.
Isn't it a cock?
Gunner Cole.
Isn't a cock cock's a gun as well, isn't it?
Cox. Maybe. I haven't heard of that one. It sounds likely. But yeah, look, heavy weapon crews. There's a gunner Carl. So unlucky Carl, forever now a squad gunner, and the plasma cannon he's got like fucking bigger than he is. Like, from the side, it's going to look like a capital T.
Mortimer Gast, musician with a little keyboard. He looks like the what's the Jesus of the Cults character that's got the Cavmanus? He's got the same kind of thing. He's got like a little sort of DJ thing with a speaker above him.
Yeah, the Clamovus?
Yeah, something like that.
They lost me after a while with Gene Stealer Cult stuff. To be fair, they lost me from Gene Stealer Cults when they started stripping stuff out of the Codex to go to Imperial Guard instead.
Yeah,
and
that was
I'm
annoying.
not buying 2 codexes to use 1 army. You get bent.
Yeah, Carl's going to blow his head off.
He is. He's still going to get cold, though.
Matt, look, Captain Kirk.
I see what they did there.
Splendid.
I have to screenshot this little bit and just send it to Carl. Carl, this is for you.
Galileo Lancaster.
Also, interestingly, over the page, space elves. Clearly Eldar.
How odd.
Yep.
Maybe they're just old adverts that have been repeated.
The fuck are Zotes doing there? I'm sure Advanced Space Crusade wasn't even a thing yet.
Oh man, that one shows you what a great reproduction the Blackstone Fortress was.
Don't speak to me about it. I never got one.
Oh no, you're kidding! I sold one a while ago.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh, you should have said. I mean, probably to be fair, like a year ago now, I reckon. But yeah, I ended up with 2. I got one from when I worked at Wayland, but minus 2 of the worms, and then I ended up buying another one later. So, oh man, I would have given that to you. Fuck's sake.
Oh, dude, don't say that, rub it in. Right, I'm off.
If it helps, I got a lot of money for it.
It does help a little bit.
Space Pirates.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Almost like Vikings, aren't they? Not Vikings, vampires, sorry. Same, yeah, close.
Blue one.
Vampires, Vikings. Yeah.
But yeah.
Nightwing looks pretty cool. Lorita's having fun. Look at that lady representation.
Even back then.
And C.H.E.B.S, because it's the 80s.
That's not a Life of Brian reference, is it? I want you to call me Loretta.
Oh, God. No, Matt, you're going to get us cancelled.
It's funny, though. And very ahead of its time.
Yeah, indeed, absolutely, yeah. Let's all agree that it's Loretta's right to have a gun.
Have babies.
Yeah,
even though she can't have babies.
Even though she can't, it's her right to.
Yeah.
And then you got some beastmen, man. Imperial Army.
Yeah, Imperial Army.
TPR
Mind
Dick.
you, we've still got a few beastmen now. You get them in Necromunda, innit?
Yeah, I do, yeah. Necromunda, and they did some for Blackstone Fortress. Oh, God, Matt, look at what they called the female TPR number 19. Trooper Bush.
Oh.
You got Trooper Dick and Trooper Bush.
Fucking outrageous.
And then next to her, you've got Trooper Rutherford. That's all cool. All cool.
Niven, Laurel, Powell, Langton, Lee. These have all got to mean something, these names. I'm
Oh, for sure, yeah. They're all going to be references to something, haven't they?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got TPR Emerson here, so there's probably Trooper Lake and Trooper Palmer somewhere as well. Look, there he is, Trooper Palmer. See him? Trooper Palmer.
Job.
Is there a Trooper Lake? There is Trooper Lake up there, number 23.
There you go.
So, yeah, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. TPR Peart for, what's his name, from Rush?
That was it, yeah. John Peart?
Neil Peart, I think it was.
Neil Peart, it. And Mike's the Rush fan.
I'm not sure about a lot of the others, but I imagine so.
Casualty, named after the TV show.
Well, just you got Laurel, you got Larry Niven. I wonder if Hardy's in there somewhere. yeah, no, I imagine. Oh, yeah, there he is. Look, Trooper Hardy. So, yeah, back when it was just so irreverent back then, wasn't it? You know?
Yeah. Oh, an Ocarina Hero, £1.95.
Jez Goodwin sculpt. It's got to be a very early one.
Nice.
More than probably cheap land speeders.
Yeah. Oh, I've still got one of those, and I've still got that Las Cannon Tarantula.
Oh, cool, man. I've never even seen that before.
Well, you can have mine. That fucking land speeder was a pain in the ass to put together. It was the
Oh,
worst
mate, the
thing in
second
the world.
edition one. The second edition one was a pain in the ass to put together.
Are you sure it's not the same one, like the metal one there?
No, because it had a canopy at the front.
No.
And
Yeah,
it also had little fins sticking out of the side.
Man,
this one got carried over into second, but then when the Space Marines got refreshed, they got a brand new one. Yeah, it's cool. Minus Colgar on his bog, £2.50.
Man, the Vincent Black Shadow.
Named after an actual bike.
Yeah, which was the Black Vincent, I think.
My dad would have known. Yeah,
my dad would have known.
I think it's the Black Vincent, and then obviously you've got the Rolls Royce Shadow as well. I imagine Shadow was also a bike.
Yep.
Mentors with their owl banner, which I always thought was a bit weird. More Space Elves.
Yeah. And Drum Troopers. That dude's on a flying stand.
He is, yeah. Iron Claw.
How radical.
The fuck was Iron Claw? Cool. And then we're into some army lists and stuff. So White Scars. Yeah. This might be the first time we've seen those mentioned in any detail. Have they got any names here that might jump out at us?
White Scars. Lieutenant Commander.
I mean, I imagine this is very much before they got turned into the Mongol kind of.
Yeah. It's just standard stuff.
It's just
company left.
Just renamed, isn't it? They've literally just taken the symbol.
1 to 3 medics, librarians, chaplains, astropaths.
Yeah.
2 to 6 tactical squads. Even then, you needed 2 tactical squads.
Yeah.
1 to 2 elites. Oof.
Black Shadow with sidecar.
Recon squad.
Pure Army.
Jet cycles. Land speeders. Grav attacks, whatever they are.
Tactical squads. Squads. Hurricanes. Volcanoes. Eagles. Cyclones. Thunderbolts. Yeah, the squad's called Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
The Tarantula. Valorous Brooding. So many profiles.
So much stuff. It's all cool.
Yeah, it's all very cool, man. It's all very cool. You know, it's this would be your update to 40k. You know, this would be it.
Yeah,
I think this is before any codexes or any of that kind of thing at all. So
yeah, chapter 2 approved, didn't it? Yeah. So you never really got much of a framework in Rogue Trader. It was literally just here's your points. This is what stuff costs.
Yep.
Throw whatever you want together.
Always a framework, as you say. A Hellfire Land Raider.
Might be an early Redeemer.
No, it's got las cannons.
Oh yeah, las cannons too, and a bolt gun. Rapier gun carrier.
History of John Blanchisian.
We see what you did there.
Cool. Yeah, and then just that Ultramarine medic's quite nice. I wonder what that Japanese says. It does look like kanji. I've been learning Japanese, but I've only been learning the Hangari. Because for some reason the Japanese have 3 fucking alphabets, because of course they do. I love you, Japan, but seriously.
Just to confuse outsiders on purpose.
So I'm learning the most basic one at the moment. I'm doing all right, though.
Nice.
Not sure if I'll ever learn to write it, but I can probably read it to a certain level when I get back out there.
Eldar Impressor. Nice. Void Dreamer. Exigators?
He was making up words now.
They're all cool words, though. I'm kind of surprised they never carried them over.
I've got Eldar Malefactors here.
Nah.
Page 102. Serpent squads, dragon squads, Zotera squads, and an Eldar army. Interesting.
Don't tell the Eldar.
Yeah.
With
All
bolt
the
weapons
Adeptus
as well.
Arbites.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Mojan Piet. That's named after the character from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, Admiral Piet. Doesn't he get choked as well?
Yes, he does. Because he loses him, so he goes over to apologise to Vader and gets.
That's it. He's got the balls to apologise in person and pays for it.
Mm.
And mind you, I don't know if it matters whether it's in person or not.
Yeah, I remember the Robot Chicken sketch they did based on Darth Vader. Like, as you all know, you think that Darth Vader thinks that he has the power to kill us all with the Force. Truth is, he doesn't. But if he realised this, he'd kill us all with his lightsaber, so we let him pretend to kill us. So, for orientation, I need you to practice. That's it, clutching at the throat. Eyes back, and he's down. Now we pick him up, put a fake moustache on him, send him back out there. Right, Trooper Pearson here has been strangled over 12 times. And he just cuts this guy, and he's got like fake eyebrows, fake moustache, fake beard. Fucking brilliant.
Fantastic.
Jakku Dahadis, assassin.
That sounds suspiciously Game of Thronesy.
This is before Game of Thrones.
It was.
He's from a hive world and was recruited at a very late age, 14. Yes, we were fine with torturing children. That's just
Yes,
just
beat the strop out of him.
Inquisitor 4 Malkin.
Oh, and that's it. That's pretty much it.
Afterward, Terminoga.
Yeah, what the devil? All the weapon summaries are on the back.
Is it permitted to use a...
Printed in the UK. Oh, how the times have changed.
Oh, in it. Oh, wow. Look, here we go, really early on. Is it permitted to use a Marine chapter of my own invention? I ask because my opponent refuses to fight unless my Space Marines are painted in the uniform shown on the box. Here we go. I designed 40k so that players could evolve their own material to it, adding to, expanding, and thereby improving the original. Cool. Very, very cool. So, that was the Astronomicon. And I think one of the last ones that we need to look at is the battle manual.
Sure.
And I don't think I've actually looked through this before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's going to be quite a dry read because it's literally just some rules updates and then weapons.
Yeah. Well, this is the equivalent of what they did when they did second edition 40k, and you can already see a massive jump. A massive jump in the art style. I mean, look, you've got the Mark 7 Aquila helmets already. Yep. The Power Fist, look at more about Power Fist. This is a second edition Flamer. So this must have been right before second edition came out.
I think this is still fourth. First even? Jeez, fourth.
Yeah, no, I'm saying this must be right before second edition came out.
Yeah.
It's still got the first edition logo, but so much of this, I mean, look at the Devastators. They're practically the same, apart from that, got beaky helmets. So this has got to be. I mean, this might even be like a Dave Gallagher piece. Let's have a look. Colour, yeah, Dave Gallagher.
By Dave Gallagher. Yeah.
So yeah, so this is right before second edition came out. There you go, 1992, and second edition was 94. I want to say.
Late as that.
Well, third was 98. Maybe it was 93. But yeah, I mean, we're getting out the back of Rogue Trader now, and we're getting into second edition. And as I said, what they would do is they would... Sorry?
93, I think it was.
Yeah. So what they would do is they would redo this as the War Gear book for second edition, because second edition came in 3 books.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
Yeah, I've got second edition. I've got all the editions. Whether or not I have 11th, we'll see.
Key instruction manual.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice piece, man. Like that.
What, that Stormbolter? Yeah, that's my Space Hulk first edition Space Hulk era Stormbolter. Still looks good.
Stop the Stormbolter. And what about the picture of the Eldar on page 6 and 7?
Oh yeah, that is pretty good.
It's a bit of a step up, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to remember I can't see when you're changing pages, so.
Oh, is the stream not working on this either? Oh, fair enough.
No, it's still just showing your browser with the Astronomicon cover.
Is that the first shot of a striking scorpion there as well on page 7?
It might be, and I think that is a Proto Dark Reaper on the left.
And a Howling Banshee, look.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got the aspects by now.
Oh, and a proper Dark Reaper as well. So yeah, that must be their Exarchs. 2 Dark Reapers.
And as you can see, these shooting rules are very much in line with second edition as well. So this really looks like this is like a 1.5 update, which is fascinating because I didn't know this was here. But if you look at the bolt weapons ranges and everything on page 11, this is pretty much second edition.
Nice.
How interesting. As you say, it is dry because it's all very... But look, your Gene Stealers have turned into proper Gene Stealers.
Yeah. Yeah, see, so this coincides with first edition Space Hulk. I can tell by the artwork. It's all very much the same. Some of them are shared.
What a difference 4 years make. I mean, you could just see the difference in the presentation as well. It's a lot cleaner.
Bolt pistol, -1 save modifier. Plasma pistol, -1 save modifier. Bolt gun, -1 save modifier. Las gun, -1 save. Melter gun, -4. You're dead. -1 on a plasma pistol, though, really? Jeez.
Higher strength, I imagine.
That changed.
Overwatch, very similar. Very similar.
Look at those blast templates, look.
Yeah.
For us grown-ups.
This is pretty much second edition. I had no idea. I've never looked at this book. And this is really near enough second edition. Oh, dude, the artwork on page 20 and 21 is amazing. Look at that orc on a boar. And the Warlord Titan in the background.
It's called Beetle Titan.
Sorry?
2 of them, actually. Yeah, 2. There's 2 of them. Well, good. There's also the classic Horus and the Emperor artwork coming up at some point.
Oh, cool. That is a lovely piece, that is.
What, the Orc one? Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this this supposed Squats versus Khorne Berserker one loads of times. That's a classic Mark Gibbon piece.
Supposed. It looks right. It's a little Viking-y squat there. And those two look like
before Mark started doing his actual signature. Look, he's just written his name there. Because then he used to do the MG thing afterwards.
That's right.
Awesome. Yeah, it just basically looks like this is more or less... They've just taken second edition, but it is already so cleaned up, isn't it? You can just see the difference. Oh, I've never seen that Mark Gallagher piece before. Mark Gibbons piece before. Look at that. Chaos Terminator. Page 26.
Again, that's from Space Hulk. That's from one of the expansions. Given it's a Chaos Terminator, it's probably from the campaign's expansion book.
Oh, okay.
Where you could have Chaos Terminators, Power Armor Marines, Imperial Guard, Eldar, a bunch of other stuff.
Oh yeah, there's the Horus versus the Emperor piece.
Still one of my favourite bits of artwork.
It's so nice. I mean, I miss this ultra detailed stuff that we used to get.
Yeah.
A lot of the artwork to that these days just doesn't compare. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to come out and say it. It just doesn't compare. And another Mark Gibbons piece, 1990. Slightly off in the proportions, but it's an early piece. But yeah, this is basically the War Gear book. Look, you've got the Bone Swords for Tyranids, Chain Fist, Chain Sword, Harkham's Kiss. Oh, how interesting. I had no idea this piece existed.
Yeah, there's the old Tyranid warriors there lifting up a striking scorpion. That's from Advanced.
That's from Tyranid Attack, isn't it?
Advanced Space Crusade.
Advanced Space Crusade, okay, yeah.
Probably both, actually. Power Maul, Killy Stick.
Yep. So a Dark Angel versus a Chaos Terminator there.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Chaos Terminator with a Thunder Hammer and a Storm Shield. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Space Marine Scouts. Yeah, man, this is just basically this is second edition.
Yeah.
This is right in between. So there, this is effectively an update to first edition,
That's
just preparing it for second edition like a year to 2 years later.
This is all the artwork shared between the two box games that I played more than 40k, like Space Hulk and Advanced Space Crusade. The old Space Marine Scouts. Look, what was going on with that?
Yeah, really weird.
Why did they get a bolt pistol that's like a shoebox?
I've not seen a lot of this artwork before. This is some really cool stuff. And I used to love these drawings of the guns and stuff like that. I used to love it all.
Yeah, hand flame was still the same. I'm not sure that guy in the Imperial Guard's got a regulation haircut.
No.
It's all got an undercut on one side with fucking tram lines in it, and then a big flowy blonde Fabio.
I'm sure it's fine. Page 45, that's the cover of Space Marine, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the second edition Space Marine. That's one I've got.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, lots of orcs.
And then that Tyranid piece is Tyranid Attack, I think.
It's Advanced Space Crusade.
That's Advanced Space Crusade, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But a Death Spitter, that's the same as second edition. Flamer.
Yeah, Death Spitter. Flesh Borer, looking grim. And slightly slurpy, which is worrying.
Yeah.
Hand bow. Auxiliary grenade launcher. Graviton guns, even back then.
Yeah. Oh, this is cool, man. I'm going to need to give this a slightly more detailed look. It's very cool.
Yeah, it was a great book.
I'm guessing this must be like a Jim Burns piece then. It looks like it.
Which one?
Page 54, 55.
Once again, Advanced Space Crusade. Scouts versus Tyranids. And a Gene Stealer.
So I guess it's a case of they've released first edition Space Hulk, they've released Space Crusade and a couple of other board games, and they've just sort of gone back to 40k and just used what they've learned to update it a little bit.
I still don't know why the Scouts got different weapons to everyone else. They do the same thing.
Because they're only Scouts.
Yeah, I think they got Hellfire shells in the heavy bolters, and like normal Marines didn't. Kind of like, what?
Oh man, this is cool. Orc weapons. Terminator missile launcher. The old Cyclone. Catastrophic launch failure.
Yeah, there you go. That's the. To me, this is a proper conversion beamer.
Yes.
Where it says it converts mass to energy. So it's all done versus like the toughness and the save of the target. It's not done based on distance.
It's basically like the BFG, but before the BFG, I presume.
To hit as usual. Cool. Yeah, target's maximum movement gives a minus to hit. Oh, they moved. Unlucky.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Oh man, again that orc piece down on page 67, dude.
I'm more impressed by that Deathwing Cyclone Terminator. It's like, dude, nice. Yeah, and then on page 61, you've got that's the cover of the Terminator's metal box.
Yep.
Fuck, what's that called? It was called something more than Terminators, but that was it.
Swooping Hawks there, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all the aspects were there. There's a classic Road Traeger cover.
Yep. And a proper missile launcher above it.
Yeah,
Whoever came up with the design for that missile launcher is just a boss. Like, not specifically that one, but the classic design with like the triangular kind of.
Yeah.
It's just such a good weapon. Looks awesome.
Yeah,
Multi
cool.
lasers.
Fud gun.
Shuriken Shrieker cannon. Harlequins.
Orc custom weapons on page 78.
Yeah, it's just all of them, ain't it? All orc weapons are custom.
That's cool.
Grenades, anti-plant, blind, choke, frag, hallucinogen, haywire, crack, photon, flash, flare.
Again, that would all make it into second edition.
Yeah, plasma, rad, scare grenades.
Yes, I mean this is basically, from what I can see, obviously there'll be a few changes. This is basically second edition.
Yeah, Tanglefoot, toxin, so many. Virus, vortex grenades. Christ, I remember those.
Back when just all sorts of shit would happen. You can see the Space Wolf starting to turn a little bit more into the actual Space Wolf here.
Yep. Complete with the triangular painty pads.
Yep. Getting there.
Hair and the wolfy bits.
Oh, shit, that's a John Blanche piece. I've never seen that one before.
Yeah.
Nice. Vortex grenades should be banned.
Just a menace. Absolute menace, those things. Force axe, force rod, force sword.
Other heavy weapons. Nemesis. Cool. Yeah, as I say, you used to be able to every single part separately.
Yeah.
Cast Renegades.
What the fuck is that?
There you go. Mark 7. So they did come out before second edition.
Get what these Eldar heavy weapons are. Oh, it's a missile launcher, and that one is a heavy plasma gun, which I'm assuming turned into a star cannon.
I was going to say, it's written on there.
Yeah, I didn't notice the bit down the middle. Plus, the orientation's slightly different because the weapons are angled when they're assembled.
Of these Space Marines. Like, so many of these metal Mark 7 Space Marines, like, I don't know, 100 or something easily.
Right, squad. There's the box I was talking about.
Some of the metal Terminators there.
I've still got a bunch of these in one of those boxes in the polystyrene.
Nice. I used to use those polystyrene inserts to make buildings after I got shown how to in White Dwarf.
I think that Space Marine Strike Force was probably my first Marine box, apart from the Rogue Trader one. Those guys have been very happy that they had heavy weapons up on their shoulders and not carried in their hands like from Space Crusade.
Well, this is fascinating. I mean, and here's all your tables because tables. Very fascinating because this is a marked move away from the RPG style of Rogue Trader towards what would become second edition. And from what I can see, this is basically second edition.
Good.
Really close. Really, really close. So yeah, that's just fascinating. That's really cool. I've never seen this book before. And I'll go through it and have another good look because there's a lot of inspiration there, I reckon. I mean, I loved the War Gear book in second edition. I used to go through it all the time.
I'll have to have a gander at that.
You know, because you had the rule book, you had the War Gear book, and I can't remember what the other book was called. Oh, Codex Imperialis? There was 3 books. You had the rule book, the War Gear book, and I think maybe the other one was Codex Imperialis?
Maybe.
Don't remember. We'll get there, though. Second edition will be coming up pretty soon by the looks of things. But that was, that was fascinating. So, you know, if we've triggered any little nostalgia moments and stuff like that in you guys, let us know. This was a fascinating little retrospective trip down memory lane. Makes me hate current 40k even more now. I'm sure it'll be fine before it's got the Horus Heresy. But yeah, for now, we'll love you and leave you guys. Let us know what you think, and we will catch you on the next one. See you later.
Indeed. Cheerio.